That is weird. To the ones hanging out with us, we say hello, we say welcome. We're so glad you're here. Back in Australia for NR Night in America. Bathurst had its first ever race on this community. I want to say, a couple weeks ago. That was with the NASCAR Next Gen. Now, for the first time, the Gen 3 Supercar will be ready to go racing with us, and we're very excited as we get ready for group qualifying. This update just came out, brand new, and some things we've already figured out. One, the cars are very, very loud. You just heard it right there as they thunder on by. We're still trying to figure out what the loudness meter is going to be maxed out at. An insanely loud supercar and passing the decibels from what we're used to at the NASCAR Next Gen and even with the Gen 6 stock car. Another thing is the music cannot play at the same time as what you have on track. We've quickly figured that one out, and we have no idea why it is that way. But yes, when we play music in the background, at least with this new iRacing update, you can't with the supercars on track. So a little curious how that all came to be, but that is with iRacing's brand new update. We know they have another update coming out tomorrow, and that update will significantly change things. So we know the supercars are very, very loud. We know the racing is going to be very, very good with them. We do have New Hampshire and other things align with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick to the schedule, and if things become unlike what we want the quality, we will have to reschedule things. Now, the next time we go racing in NR Night in America, it is planned for that to be Saturday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. So keep that all in mind. Saturday night, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, we'll be racing once again, but just wild. We did not know that the music was going to be an issue until actually the start of the stream, which is why we were maybe give or take 30 seconds late. But nonetheless, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be talking to a lot of drivers. We're going to be speaking with a lot of viewers as well to make up for the music situation. So don't expect much music tonight. Don't expect much crowd noise tonight as well. Anything that is running on the service that we had is currently going to be in and out of repair. So currently, right now, you have the group qualifying underway for all the drivers. If you still would like to join, you can. Brand new car, super cars, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the Gen 3 supercars here at Bathurst. The second time at our night in America. We'll be heading to Bathurst. But yes, we have figured that out. And the music situation, pretty simple. The second we pause it, the cars, they quickly come back to life. The second the music comes back on, yeah, you can't hear the cars at all. So something to keep in mind, something to keep in the back of our minds, should we say, at least for this race. But listen to how they sound. They are loud, and I have to go ahead and ask some of you viewers back home, is it too loud? We know for at least what we're hearing, it is an insanely high amount of decibels. So brand new car, brand new update, which means anything that worked before on production, it doesn't mean it's going to work here tonight. But it's nice to see Bathurst back to life. We did race here once in a beautiful crowd, so many coming on in, driver count as well. We expect the same here. These cars are wicked quick. Left side of your screen, you see it over 167 miles per hour, true V8 fashion. They get up to 178. Now, we did see the next gens approach that 200 mark before the final chicane, heading down towards turn 20. And we've seen drivers alike really struggle different areas of the racetrack. 23 turns here at Bathurst as we get ready to rock and roll into Murray's Corner. That's Michael Mitchum behind. Well, another driver that will soon know. This is Ethan Stanley working his way down that long straightaway before the hard right-hander. That's a turn 20, heading into the chase of 21 and 22. So yes, sound is loud. If it needs to be changed, do let us know. Music, it's not going to be something we're going to have to be working with tonight. With the update, unfortunately, music cannot be played in the background. Chad Thornquist is back with us. He is rolling his way to the twists and turns, top of the key from 9, 10, and 11, heading to Skyline now. for the ones that are watching this for the first time, saying, okay, supercars, man, they look very mean, excited to see what they can go ahead and do. From the world down under there in Australia, this is very, very popular, and we're glad to have them on full display. The ones wanting to know where Las Vegas was originally on the schedule for NR Night in America today, here's the big update on that. Las Vegas was supposed to get a rescan, did not make the deadline. It will be in the next update, but New Hampshire did. So New Hampshire will be race number 2, which is why I moved the supercars here. We were worried there could be some bugs with the supercars, and the idea was to probably wait for a couple of viewers and drivers to go ahead and get them. Unfortunately, that will be something we'll not be doing. So we're almost live testing for everyone hanging out with us. Live commentary, live testing, still at NR Night in America race. But we'll also be returning with supercars on Saturday, as well as NASCAR Next Gens and anything we may have missed with the update here tonight. Viewers continue to file on in. We say hello, we say welcome. Hopefully everyone's enjoying a beautiful Tuesday evening, wherever you may be. NR Night in America, live in our studios here in Nashville, Tennessee. And we are hearing that the cars are very, very much loud. So we'll continue to make those adjustments as the night goes on. And waiting to see what it all could go ahead and be. So the supercars will be getting the adjustments. It also could be an audio update with iRacing as well that we'll have to deal with. I know for me, I have to keep one headphone open just because of the noise. So we have slightly put it down. Hopefully it does help out just a little bit. But once again, for the ones coming in, music will not be a thing. We'll be able to talk about and talk with here tonight. We'll continue to talk to drivers. Just 3 minutes remaining here in qualifying. Not too many have set down a time, just 13 so far. Everyone else either looking to go and slot themselves in off of iRating or just off of the usual what could be, what could change, as we get ready to go racing. Let's start talking with drivers early on. Braden Movick, big fan here of the Gen 3 supercar. Movick, John Ramos, you got a copy.
Why?
You have to repeat that again. What happened?
Why after qualifying? Why during qualifying?
Why during qualifying? Because we don't have music. We can't play music now with the most recent update. So we got to talk to someone. I mean, we're in the middle of qualifying here. Car, how is it driving? What does it closely relate to? And is this something you want to see more in the future?
Yes. It's fun.
He said it is fun. We're currently riding in with you now. The gyro cam is on what would be NASCAR driver's side versus you guys racing on the right side because it's, you know, the Australian supercar. Racing on that side, is that something you have to get used to?
Well, we're qualifying 7th.
And he will qualify in the 7th position with 2 minutes remaining. That's Braden Movick, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go ahead and drag him back. We'll continue to try to work with drivers, hear from them. We know it's going to be a tough challenge tonight with all the audio bugs, issues with the new update. But at the same time, we're here to have some fun. Sights and sounds, let's let them tell the story. We'll continue to watch and monitor. Currently 15 drivers have put down a time. We plan on having a beautiful field. Dylan Basin joining with us as well. How do you know this car is new? Nobody has paint schemes made for it. For the likes of Kendall Carpenter, unlike him, he does have that beautiful Ford. It's loud, it's beautiful. For the first time ever for an NR Night in America, I may need to put some headphones in. Max Swearigan, you saw him in that baby blue machine, working his way off turn 23. And unfortunately, it was not very helpful to hear what Braden Movick was saying because we had to turn down the audio so much. So tonight might be a challenge, so hopefully you bear with us. Nonetheless, gonna have a whole lot of fun. Chad Thornquist, James Thurston, Gavin Austin, and you got Sean Conklin there in the 6th position. Anthony Burrows back and forth. He currently resides on pit road. Aiden Walker, quick time, a 2:09.40. You're looking at 4 seconds quicker than the next gen. And I believe that rear wing has a lot to say for it, a lot more rear end downforce, and these cars are meant for the twists and turns that you see here at Bathurst. Less than 30 seconds remaining by the time this sentence comes to an end. Thornquist, Meadows, Switzer, Max Swearigan, Braden Movick, in the bubble from 11th to 7th. Could be making the uphill charge. Not sure just yet if they'll be able to possibly put down an extra time. The driver from Lakeland, Florida, there's Dylan Mason. The ins, the outs, the twists and turns. And we have lowered the volume just a little bit more. If you guys want to hear what the volume is in the ear, I feel like I'm currently probably calling a race from turn 2 on the Motor Racing Network, where you're up near the Sunoco Tower and the cars are thundering on by, trying to speak over them. But you know what? It's a nice sight. It's a nice hear. It's a nice listen. Honestly, it's a beautiful sound. Hopefully, when those updates do come out, it fix any bugs and glitches that may come out with it. Micah Curtis, watching him as he works his way downhill off turn 9, 10, and into 11, 12, 13. With that long straightaway where you get the right-hander at turn 20. Aiden Walker has gone top of the board, and that's where he will sit. Dylan Basin, he gets a time in, and he'll go P10, putting Cody Meadows back to 11th. Chad Thornquist into 12th. Braden Mothick and others all lined up as we get ready to go green. Jackson Buys has the thumbnail machine now coming to a stop. Carter Kingsley and others still rolling around. You see the NASCAR fans putting on the NASCAR liveries or trying to get a close resemblance of it. As we get ready to go green. Kendall Carpenter, Cody Meadows. There's Chad Thornquist now pulling it to the side. Braden Mothick is number 42, the driver from Minnesota. Thundering his way in, out, left, right. You saw the lockup on the right side. And one of the things that I spoke to him about was getting used to driving on the right side of your car instead of being on the left side. Now, all the drivers in this race are not from the United States. We do have drivers elsewhere. Yaroslav Donskoy, racing from Russia, hanging out with us. Him and his friend were on earlier talking about the supercar. Excited to see more international races for NR Night in America and just exploring racing outside of the U.S. As we all know very well, NASCAR is the home for NR Night in America, whether it's the next gen, it's the truck, or anything that may be in it together. So qualifying looks to be coming to a close, and we'll get ready to continue to reveal who is going where, what, why, and how. Projected 28 supercars to go ahead and take the green flag. A great car count for a brand new car on a track not many in the community own. And it's going to be exciting to see how it all runs forward, leading its way to green. Will Shaq and others lined up and waiting. Final 40 seconds as we get ready to go green. Hello to all the viewers down the live chat below. Want to say thank you to Eric W. dropping down a couple gifted memberships for the viewers that tuned in early. Dropping a like on the stream. 170 likes will get you to race 4, barring any technical issues with this new update. So do keep all of that in mind. Stuff could be shuffling, changing about. We are going to continue to keep it on the live chat. If there is any issues, we look to be fixing things as time goes on. Let's get ready to go green. And we're very well aware about the replay audio. So the replay audio actually has not been adjusted across the board since 2022. We have actually turned the replay volume up for the next gens and the NASCAR stock cars. The thing about this supercar, for what most do not know as of this moment, from far distances, the car is very quiet. It's going to be very tough to hear them all. It's when it gets close to the camera is when it gets that loud, thundering pop. And that's when it becomes a stretch to go ahead and either speak over. So it's mostly a car situation that I expect to be fixed within the Wednesday update, as all the iRacing devs are looking for any glitches and bugs that could be hurting the overall performance. So keep that in mind. Also, when you go in the grass, dust and dirt flies onto the racetrack, which could cause things to slip and slide just a tad. And something we will be seeing in the middle of this race. A lot of grass around Bathurst as we get ready to go green flag racing. 29 drivers have entered. 29 drivers will race, from Will Shack to Jackson Byes to Whitney Jones to Gavin Austin. Max Steinmeier, Kendall Carpenter, and others have all taken the grid as we get ready to go green. So yes, an audio issue, at least just with this car. Not sure if it is completely across the board, but we'll continue to update all as the night continues on. Chevy on Chevy, that is row number 1. Sean Conklin and company line up in row number 2 with Ethan Stanley. All know Ethan Stanley very well, loves racing with us on the road course. Is a multi-time winner in NR Night in America, matter of fact. River Page, Braden Mummick, they line up in row number 3. Max Swearinger and Micah Curtis back in row number 4. Back trackside as we're ready to go racing for the first ever supercar race in NR Night in America. Not just with the Gen 1 or the Gen 2, but the Gen 3. Brand new car added to iRacing. Just in this update alone, 20 laps of excitement. I'll strap down your TV, I'll strap down your laptop, the phone, whatever it may be, because it will be loud. The decibels are the loudest it's ever been. So for 20 laps straight, you'll see 23 turns as these drivers trying to brave Bathurst just one more time. Let's light the fuse from Australia. Trouble spinning may have been Dylan Basin deep in the field. Couple others going around. Kingsley, Switzer, mostly getting through. Sean Conklin's in third. Looking for a way around. Aiden Walker. To turn 2. Griffin's Bend. Walker gets in. Walker gets out. Sean Conklin closes the gap uphill to the cutting. Into quarry of 6 and 7. Take a listen. Conklin, Stanley, second, third, Mummick back to fourth. So we say now fifth with Mosteller in the 4th position. All trying to chase down Aiden Walker off turn 9 to 10 as they head to the skyline and the twists and turns on the more iconic corners, shall we say, here in Bathurst, where 11, 12, and 13 roll right into the dipper. Chevy. Very few Fords in this race as they work from 10 into 11, 12, 13, the dipper of 15 and 16. After getting off the Forest elbow through 19, and this is a long straightaway before they enter the chase to turn 20. Aiden Walker last time was here at Bathurst, actually was disqualified for the night of NR Night in America after a pretty tall tale of a run, and he said 18 laps. That's the most these drivers can go on when it comes down to anything with fuel. Which means if we go green, some will have to pit. Walker leads lap 1. Sean Conklin in the 2nd position. Mummick in 5th. In the slipstream of Mosteller. Mosteller in the slip of Ethan Stanley. For the run back to turn 2. The therapeutic sound. 4-5 of Quarry. Conklin has closed the gap to Aiden Walker. Mosteller has closed the gap to Ethan Stanley. Remember, this is the place that most won by 40 seconds at just a couple weeks ago. Can he do it again? I think it's going to be very tough if he can go out there and do it again, but nonetheless, something to look out for. Top 20 shown on the left side of your screen. Walker, race leader, Sean Conklin, P2. And for the ones that don't understand on the production side, things change. We have audio inputs that are different for the GT or the IMSA side because naturally there are a lot less decibels being thrown around compared to a next gen. But man, oh man, for the ones that have watched a supercar race in person, are they that loud? Are they louder than a next gen? Because if they are, man, that's something that I wish I could hear one day because they do sound pretty good. Here's the battle for third. Ethan Stanley sneaks through. Mosteller back to fourth. Let's try to switch back, offering again. Not going to get it. 18 laps to go. Battle for the race lead, separated by about a car length and a half. There is a fight for third once again on your screen. Here's fifth. Braden Mother trying to make it a three-car race. River Page, Max Swearigan, that's 6th and 7th. Oh, one off, and it's your race leader. Walker goes wide into turn 2. And the question now is, how did it happen? Just lost the rear end, don't think he got any help. And slammed the tire barrier before losing multiple positions after. Comes the rest. In the 10th position, and you can see why, the entire nose pod coming off. From leading to now on pit road, Aiden Walker. His chances of winning in Australia, slim to none. That will hand the race lead to Sean Conklin. That will leave Ethan Stanley in the 2nd position with Mosteller in 3rd. Braden Movick, River Page, Max Swearigan. There's Max now in the 6th position. Anthony Burrows, James Thurston. Thurston more just tiptoeing through, trying to get the bearings of this car. Same with Kendall Carpenter. Kai Ardley, first time racing in our night in America. Gavin Austin, Cody Meadows. Mostly single filed out, as Stanley just can't seem to find a way around the Mosteller machine. Should we say he did find a way around him? He can't seem to get away from him. The screams of muscle from these V8 supercars, the 3rd generation. Would you like to see more of it in our night in America? A poll has been added to the top of the live chat. We're currently looking at what everyone's thinking about them. It says the audio is great back on your end, and that's what we love to hear. Basin Big Mover had to start deep in the field. Is 2 seconds back to the nearest competitor, one spinning. James Thurston, he's off back in the 9th, 10th position. I believe he did have help. That may have been Cody Meadows. You be the judge. Did Thurston come down? Did Meadows come up? Passing in Bathurst is tough. It's what we usually use as the term of the driver has to race the track more than the competitor. And we've used those terms at tracks like Atlanta Motor Speedway, the rough and rigid version. And here, how do you make passes? Mistakes. If you can find a driver with a mistake, you can go ahead and put the nose on in there and challenge, or on that long straightaway, or should we say 2, from turn 1 to turn 2 and even turn 19 to turn 20, where the slipstream gives an offering to the competitor behind to go up and challenge for position, jumping in and out of line. River Page, P5, trying to keep distance to the Max Swearigan machine. Same to the Anthony Burrows machine. Mosteller has caught Ethan Stanley multiple times. Holding on to a position has been the big challenge. Last time we were here at Bathurst, we went caution-free. Do we see the same here today? And it's so hard to catch cautions because how big the track is. You have drivers that are more tiptoeing through, not trying to make any mistakes. And already you see another competitor in Braden Mubbock thinking that we will go caution free. He comes to pit road early. Mubbock is in. And if this race goes green the rest of the way, we will have to see drivers come in. 18 laps max. That's what we're being told. So if you're Conklin, do you start saving? If you're Stanley, do you start saving? Can you save 2 laps here? The only place you really could save is going downhill. Clutch it in and just coast. Here's Anthony Burrows in 6th. So strategy already playing a role in this one as we're just a couple laps in. You're watching Burrows in the 62, who has signed up for the next e-ticket event. The next e-ticket being the Great American 500 that will be at Chicagoland. Oh, Max Swearinger just letting him on by, knowing the driver behind him is a lot quicker just in those moments alone. So Burrows will leapfrog the 5th. Max Swearinger goes back to the 6th position. All eyes up front. Who's coming to pit road if needed? Top 3 separated by 2 seconds. Not that big runaway like we saw a couple weeks ago in the next gen when iRacing eSport drivers came on in and battled tough, unfortunately making mistakes where Daniel Mosteller was able to take charge and pull away from about 40 seconds. Burrows has caught now River Page. As they continue to try to close the gap, whatever it may be. 6 seconds back, Burrows, Max Swearinger, nearly 7 seconds for the 15. Ardley, Austin, Meadows, Thurston, Kingsley. Kingsley back in 11th, Holder back in 12th. Braden Mubbock, remember he came to pit road, is back in the 13th position. Page goes off and wide. Does he slam the barrier? He does not. But Max Swearinger just saw a whole bird's eye view of it. That turn of turn 2 is going to be a dusting point. Let's see it again. Got the left sides in the grass. Max got in the barrier. And the left side of his machine is now very much wounded. One second the difference. Ethan Stanley to Sean Conklin. And look who's joined the fray. It's Mosteller. Half a second back to the Ethan Stanley machine. Now maybe less. Conklin pulled away to a nice lead. Now we've seen Stanley and Mosteller go at it before on road courses. Look no further than the Chicago street race just about a year and a half ago. A year before that, Stanley had a great opportunity to do something, and that was win the first ever Chicago street race in NR Night in America. Well, what happened? He got bumped out of the way by David Cabrera, and both of them ended up not winning the race. Well, a year later, Stanley has the opportunity to do the same thing, but just to Daniel Mosteller. Gave the bumper to Mosteller, and Stanley went on to win the race. Those two always find each other on road courses. The question now lies, does it happen again? With 13 laps to go from the World Down Under, you're watching NR Night in America from Bathurst. You've seen shuffling, you've seen swaying. You've seen drivers trying different things to get an advantage, whether it's pit strategy or staying on out. Matter of fact, Max Swearigan is making his way to pit road, which will allow James Thurston to go on by into the 9th position. Cody Meadows will jump up to 8th. Stanley has closed on in. And now it's about taking the time and trying to be smart. Mosteller will get in the left sides in the grass just for the time being. Chevrolet domination. Now the Chevys have never won a GT3 race. And when we do the GT3 class, Chevy and Ford, the only two manufacturers for the V8 supercars that we currently have here on iRacing. So, is it Ford's day? Doesn't look likely. But for the bow ties, a nice strength. The only thing they have not won in NR Night in America is a GT3 race. Ford has won a GT3 race. Porsche has won a GT3 race. BMW has won one as well. Same with Mercedes. And you wonder, when will the bow ties finally grab that elusive win? 13 laps remaining. Stan is the man, finding his way around the lap traffic. Same with that of Sean Coughlin. Sneaking his way through. In and around the 19. Coughlin has led the majority of this race, but not before we reach the halfway mark. You can see him slipping. Uphill, 5-6. Man, inches off the barrier. Three machines at rest. Sitting first, second, and third. All grouped together, top of the hill, and heading back down. See the air they get underneath the car. Left side's coming up, right side's coming up. From 10 down to 11, 12, 13, 14, the dipper. Before 15, 16, 17, and that final left-hander of 18. Here's the fight for second. Stanley, the white and blue machine on the outside. Mosteller, the nationwide Chevrolet. Multiple drivers have already come to pit road. Does it change for others? Most in a second. And just around a second separates maybe about 3/10 of a fall off. And that's enough for Ethan Stanley to say, I'm coming on in. Stanley to pit road, gets off into the gravel, gets off into the grass as well. When there was 3, it looked great, but now there is 2. Barring any pit strategies, the fight for 4th and 5th was Burrows and River Page. And Anthony Burrows currently the highest running Ford on the racetrack. Hearing words, other drivers in tough scenarios. There's Braden Movick, a lot of damage to his machine. Involved in an incident. No fault of his own. $12 to go, will be $11 to go when they get back to the line. But the top 2 are currently in a world of their own. moving up. Downhill off 11. Sean Conklin has led them all, has had challenges from other drivers, but has a bigger challenge. Hold off Mosteller, and if he does pass, you may be forced to pit in that moment. $11 to go this time by. Conklin Chevrolet being chased by Mosteller's Chevrolet. Slamming back down. We say Darlington is a track too tough to tame. Can we add Bathurst to that list? Conklin's coming in. Overshoots just like Ethan Stanley did into the grass. Nothing to worry about it. Mosteller will lead his first lap of this race. Burrows is coming in. Yes, he is. Burrows is in. Page stays out, goes to second, and becomes the highest running Ford, barring any changes. There's Ethan Stanley. Came out behind the James Thurston 96. This will be the fight for 6. Never that. Thurston is in. Gavin Austin is in. And we have never had a caution up to this moment at Bathurst, coming down to nearly the second race that's really ever been ran here. Max Swearigan closing in on a machine. Max now one lap down after his incident into turn 2. New Hampshire did get a rescan. It will be next. And then after that, we'll head to Daytona for round number 3. If you all want to see more racing, 170 likes will take you the rest of the way there, where we will get, indeed, a round number 4. So River Page is 7, nearly 8 seconds back to Daniel Mosteller. You see him heading downhill now. If you're wondering, where did everybody go? Changes on strategy. Conklin comes out in front of the Ethan Stanley machine. We'll be running quicker lap times, that with fresher tires. Anthony Burrows, who also came in, comes out behind Ethan Stanley, and by about, nearly 5 seconds. So pit strategy has been interesting. It has changed things up. Oh, Ethan Stanley into the outside retaining wall, and he is out of this race. Wow. And we talked about how easy it is to go ahead and make a mistake. Happened just out of nowhere. We'll see it again. And some are wondering why there's so many cars out. This may be why. I had to save the car twice, and that was it. Stanley out. Burrows stays in. Sean Conklin stays in as well. And you see it here. Bathurst has shown to be mistake heavy. Here's Mosteller coming out of the pits, and Sean Conklin will be just behind him. Strategy call by the 87. Anthony Burrows back to 5th. Mount Panorama, excuse me. A little bit of a tongue twister there. River Page has yet to work his way on pit road. 19 seconds of a gap. I don't think that's anything he's going to be too happy about, unless he can come in and out with any issues. Conklin, you saw the mistake. You did catch the barrier. Heads back downhill. Anthony Burrows currently residing in the 5th position. Kai Ardley has yet to pit. Same with River Page. Page catching the lap traffic. The twists, the turns, all navigating back to turn 23. Ardley pits. Page stays out. Kind of shocking turn, you would say. I mean, unless he thinks he can go the distance. Fuel lottery, we knew it could be a possibility. With Ardley being in, Conklin separated to Mosteller in and around 1.5 to 2 seconds. Depending on what braking zone and what part of the racetrack. There's Burrows now coming off turn 23. He has a lot of time to make up if he plans on catching. Now we know just off speed alone early on, Sean Conklin is quicker. He's got a short run car. Long run car is where you start wondering and questioning. And right now he is within 1.5 seconds there of Daniel Mosteller. So he is gaining pretty quickly on the 87 machine. This will be the fight for the provisional lead. Unless River Page thinks he still can go the distance. NASCAR is back. That is race number 2. As these drivers continue to fight uphill and down. Ardley in behind Anthony Burrows. And you see everyone trying to fight a race car. Nine to go. Conklin, Thurston, Meadows, Ardley, Burrows, Mosteller, Page. Conklin, Jax Holder, others getting into the outside barrier. So a gap looks bright and huge for River Page if you're just coming on in. But no guarantee he'll make it to the end on fuel. Mosteller now in a roll of his own after Sean Conklin makes a mistake. Conklin into the barriers. Watch here. I got the uphill section pretty well. Caught the barrier. And we did see some slaps of the barriers here and there. Oh, that's where he went around. And the car ignited with it. Watch again. New car, new struggles. Wow. And just tore it up. He's on pit road. Isolated incident. Does River Page pit for 2 tires? Does he pit just for gas? How does he play it? I mean, a 17-second gap is mighty, and there's only 7 drivers now currently on the lead lap. Others still 1 or multiple laps down. There's Jax Holder. There's James Thurston. Cody Meadows. This is a fight for position. And that will be for P5. Oh, Thurston turned into the barrier. And we have had one too many incidents. The caution will wave for the first time ever at Bathurst. And it will be with 8 laps to go. Never have had a restart here. And we're now going to get one. Let's watch back. River Page strategy. Maybe it works out here. Maybe he can save the rest of the way. Let's talk to drivers that have had some incidents. Braden Movick.
Aye.
Well, you were involved in an incident, and it seems like attrition has taken place. What happened with you?
So I'm going over Skyline, which is the top portion of the mountain.
Right.
And go over that really fast left-hander, going over again like that stretch right is called Skyline. Whatever. Big sand truck, right? Somehow somebody self-spun there. I have no idea how. And they were sitting against the left wall, perpendicular to the track, and I'm going to the right of them, going by them, and they just gassed it up. So, kill me. So, yeah.
Wow.
I had a journey that I think was pretty good. You know, pit early. I was 9 seconds back of everyone in front of me when I came out of the pits, like 9 seconds out of the little pack. And yeah, figured why not make some time with some clean air. So I feel like I was getting held up by Stanley a little bit. Yeah, and didn't even make a half lap. But this car is, I'm ready to make a statement. This is my new favorite road car in the game. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Wow. That's a lot to say right there.
And this car has me so excited for Adelaide when it comes out.
I'm surprised they didn't release it with this update.
They were supposed to, but they didn't get it in time for some reason. It's gonna come out when Miami Grand Prix track comes out.
And we will be going there
next season
as well. So I hear a lot of great things are gonna be coming. I believe it's before, just after Daytona, that update's supposed to come out.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's gonna be fun to hear.
I'm very excited for every Australian track we get from now on.
Heck yeah, that is Braden Movick. We'll continue to talk to drivers. Daniel Mosteller, you're in this race. First ever caution with the supercars. A lot of incidents. What's the game plan and what was that pit strategy?
I wanted to pit earlier, but I wanted to build enough of a gap so that I didn't come out in traffic. And I think Stanley got stuck in traffic and ended up crashing or something. But I overcut Conklin, and I was looking good, and then I guess he made a mistake and crashed, but I was looking good. I wasn't sure if River was going to make it on fuel, so I was starting to push a little bit, but obviously this yellow changes everything.
Yeah, very much changes everything up. Well, we'll line back up again here in just what looks to be a matter of moments. You got 7 laps to go as of this moment. Barring a late race incident. Last time we were here, you won by 40-something odd seconds. Does it happen again? I don't think it. Oh, let's phrase that. That's definitely not going to be a case. But how about you going to victory lane again?
I don't know. This yellow is going to spice it up, and I'm not really sure what I want to do here. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see.
Do the Chevys have an advantage over the Fords?
I think they're both pretty equal.
All right, well, we'll get the one to go this time by with River Page not pitting. Do you think he's going to... Oh, is he coming to pit road now? Yes, he is. Okay, he couldn't make it to the end. When you came to pit road, did you take tires?
Yep, I took tires.
All right. Well, it's going to be an interesting strategy call here. Do you like his strategy call of waiting for yellow?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Obviously, he lost track position now. People stayed out here, but I think it's worth a shot. You know, he wasn't going to win the race regardless. I think he was trying to save fuel again, but you know, we'll see. I don't think the tires will mean that much. I didn't really have any fall off from before, so yeah, we'll see.
We will see. Love to go ahead and hear. Burrows is in as well. You didn't come to pit road. You're actually one of the drivers that feel like they may be stuck in position. How much do tires mean with this car?
The lap before I pit, I set my fastest lap of the race, so I don't think it means that much, but I was kind of in a pack, stuck behind people. I don't really want to go back. I'd rather be on the defense. It's a tight racetrack. It's hard to make passes, and I'd rather be the one leading and not the one doing the chasing.
All right. Gonna be fun to see. Good luck.
Thanks.
Continuing to talk to drivers as things go on. Cody Meadows, you're involved in that incident. What did you see?
I was on the inside when we went into Griffin's Bend. I mean, we were side by side. I tried to stay as low as I could, but I mean, we met. He came over my nose. Completely unintentional. I didn't mean to hurt him. It was hard racing there.
All right. Well, you're gonna have this restart set up pretty evenly, just 5 laps to the finish, and you're sitting in the 3rd spot. Now, you've never raced in NR Night in America. No, check that. You never won a race in NR Night in America. Do you think you got a shot at this being your first?
I would love to say yes, but this being the new supercar, I have no idea about this animal. So I'm still trying to get the ropes.
Not coming to pit road. Why didn't you pit while others did?
Already did it. Didn't need to.
All right. You don't think tires are that big of a deal?
I mean, possibly, but I'm just trying to get what I can get pretty much at this point.
All right. Well, exciting to go ahead and hear. We'll continue to monitor the situation. Good luck.
Thank you.
And that was Cody Meadows. Can't hear just yet from James Thurston. He's in a different chat of his own. Looking at others, maybe we could try to spice up quickly. Not going to happen. Okay, here we go. Lined up, single file as of this moment. Daniel Mosteller, Kai Ardley, with Cody Meadows, Anthony Burrows, Jax Holder. We are closing in on top of the hour. That's here in the United States. On the East Coast time, it'd be 9 o'clock, Central 8 o'clock. And for all the ones hanging out with us, whether it's around the globe or here in that of Bathurst, excited to see and hear what you all think as we continue to watch the countdown continue. Down the back straightaway, that's how they roll. Mosteller, Ardley, Meadows, Burrows. Burrows closing in. Holder closing in. Page closing in. And all those drivers that are on the lead lap that came on in, making those final adjustments. Well, the clock's ticking because something is going to go, and something's going to go quickly. Once again, no music for this race just because of how things are lined up. So just something to go ahead and keep in mind. Unfortunately, with the most recent update, can't play music at the same time as you are able to race. So it's going to be all that raw feed as we get ready to go green. Mosteller, Kai, Meadows, Burrows. That's the top 4. 6 to go. Will be 5 to go. A shootout from Bathurst. Quick to green. Top 2 together. Burrows too far to Meadows to make a move. Same with River Page. This is where they spice it up. Burrows underneath. Back to the inside, a switch. Going in for a move. Meadows sideways, he saves it. River Page is there. Ardley a second back. Burrows into 3rd. Page into 4th. And James Thurston is sitting in 5th. Kai Ardley. 8.5 tenths, give or take, to the Mosteller 87. And then the long straightaway. 28 drivers entered this race. 29, should we say, entered. 29 took the green flag. The race of attrition, it's been on since the start. Kai Ardley has never won a race in NR Night in America. Does he get it, or does Mosteller go back to back? 4 to go. Into turn 2. Launching on, there's Anthony Burrows. There's River Page, James Thurston in 5th. Thurston going wide. Harley, Mosteller, Burrows P3, River Page P4, Thurston and Meadows back 5th and 6th. From 11. I still think Kai Hartley has an opportunity, has a shot. Long straightaway, here it comes. Into turn 23. You see River Page really closing in on Anthony Burrows. Three to go. Seven tenths the difference. And then what's next? You see Burrows, you see Page. All slicing, all shifting. All working their way back uphill. Seven tenths. Still in closing. And Page is not going to go ahead and close in, at least as of this rate. He's going to need the top two to make a big mistake on each other, if that's even going to become a thing. Long straight, 19 to 20. This is where we've seen Hartley make up all that speed, all that time. Seven tenths. There's Mose. There's the machine sitting in second. Kai Hartley, Daniel Mosteller. Over 100 wins in NR for that 87. While the other looks for his first 2 laps to go. There's James Thurston, Braden Mulvick back on the track. Barring his incident. Oh, he's there. Mosteller able to keep him at bay. Hardly looking one way, now looking the other. Tied uphill battle. from 3, 4, 5, and 6. The game of inches. I mean, having to slice in and out near the walls. Look at Mose picking up the grass. Just catching the barrier. Still 7 tenths, now 8 tenths. Look at the drive off turn 19. 6 tenths back. And he's going to have a complete flyer the next time around. I mean, it's got to be pitch perfect if Kai Arley wants to win this race. Half a second the difference between him and the leader. What's it going to be? Lap times over the 2-minute range. 2:09, 2:10, 2:08 for some. We'll find in that matter of moments who's going to win the first ever V8 supercar race in NR Night in America. Salamanca, 1 to go from Bathurst. River Page in third. Only opening for a win is if the top two make a big, big mistake. He's there through turn 2. Less than half a car length. Arley to the inside of Mosteller. Doesn't put the bumper to him. From cutting to quarry. Through 7, 8, 9, and 10. Mosteller was able to get away after that deep lunge the 33 offered. And Arley has hit the outside wall. Doesn't give up much. It's all about pushing the limits. Heading to Skyline. Towards the Nipper. If he's within a 3/10 range here, that's going to be borderline here through 19 and 20. Kai Arley less than half a second back. Does he make the bold move for victory? Heading to the chase. Through 20 to 21. Mosteller into the grass. Arley looks to the outside. Final shot to turn 23. The switchback to the checkered flag. Daniel Mosteller wins it in Bathurst. Arley second. Page in third. Burrows in fourth. 1/100th of a second off a last-ditch mistake. Nearly had him at the line. Unbelievable. What stuff. Daniel Mosteller comes out victorious. And we'll get ready to talk to your race winner. Wow. Let's go talk to him. With Daniel Mosteller, welcome to Victory Lane.
Jeez, man.
What happened there? Final moments.
Just made an error. That's all I did. That wasn't any. That was just a lockup. Nothing bad. Just that was pretty sloppy.
Wow. Man, it's just wild. You know, those final moments in and out, trying to make a move. You had the pressure. Did you think he was maybe going to push you?
Oh yeah, obviously. These are big boy stock cars or race cars, whatever you want to call them. So I expected him to kind of use me up a little bit. I don't know what the corner name was. He got to my rear bumper, almost got to me, so I knew he was going to be aggressive. And then yeah, into the last corner, I was really surprised he sent it around the outside. I was fully expecting a bump, a shove into the gravel trap at the last corner, but he just chose to go around the outside of me, and yeah, that was pretty fun.
Oh, well, very fun indeed. You'll come back around. The first ever V8 supercar race. You've also now been undefeated here from this track. Mistakes, they're so heavy. Why is that?
These things are a handful to drive, and obviously they're new, so nobody really knows what we're doing. So a combination of a new car and a already difficult track leads to a load of mistakes, and even me, one of the best, kind of cracked under pressure there and just made a little bit of a mistake.
Wow. Pushing, shoving. Was there any point in this race you thought maybe you would have wrecked the car?
On that last lap into the downhill section, I was banging off of all the dang walls. I thought I was going to bend the steering, and that was probably the hardest I'd pushed all race, and the most amount of contact with the walls that I had made all race.
Wow. And then it all came down to those final moments. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Well, we're heading to New Hampshire next. Matter of fact, we're going to stick with you just for a little bit. Don't believe River Page will be coming in, out. We want the whole shebang on this car, how it drives, why you like it, why you don't like it, what needs to change. We've already caught a couple bugs since the update has released. What have you seen, and what do you think needs to possibly be updated, or don't touch the car at all?
Don't touch it at all, and let's do it more. That's my proposition.
All right. Well, pretty cool. We're going Gen 6 racing there in New Hampshire. What is this the thing you were most looking forward to with the update?
Yeah, I really, I love the supercars. I had used them a good amount, the older versions, so I was definitely looking forward to using these. The Ferrari's also a lot of fun. Hopefully we can do that. The whatchamacallit, yeah.
Is it a GT3 or?
It's a GTP.
GTP, okay. Okay, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the last lap there. That's the first time I'm looking at it, and oh my gosh, that...
I'm surprised he didn't shunt you.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised he didn't do it in the last corner. I'm looking at my rejoin after I had locked up, and I really don't think I could have done anything. I was I was already sideways before he even hit me, trying to stay on the right-hand side. I think that was just a bad place for both of us, but he was all good with it. He had a lot of fun, which is the most important thing. Yeah.
Well, heck, yeah.
I also had to make sure I got my slowdown served. That was my big worry, and I was very close to not getting it served in time for the checkered flag.
For the ones that are wondering, we are still looking and seeing what needs to change on the iRacing side. If there are still more technical glitches, we may have to start making these races a little bit shorter, just off of quality purposes for the night. We are heading to New Hampshire. Now, this is just a reskin and a remodel from what we are hearing. They didn't really do much with it, but we want to see what has been new. New Hampshire is always a lot of fun. I believe we'll have maybe a 40-lap race there, give or take, depending on what's to come and what's out there for us to go ahead and exchange. But it will be an afternoon race. Excited for that as well. We will not be streaming this coming up Friday. We'll be streaming this Saturday. So keep all that in mind for everyone that's looking forward to more NR Night in America. Matter of fact, we'll make it a 45-lap race so we can spice some things up. Gen 6, New Hampshire, always a lot of fun. Session is up, password is IDK, and hopefully everyone's enjoying that Tuesday night. It's a weird time of the year because we know a lot of our college drivers and viewers are having to deal with finals and stuff like that. So for the ones hanging out with us, hopefully you all are having a great rest of your night. The next e-ticket will be December 20th for the Great American 500. Continuing to talk with drivers as they work on it. I believe some spectated. Josh Kenyon, John Ramos, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's up, John?
Yeah, you spectated that race. What did you think?
Yeah, I think it was pretty good. I didn't really want to buy the check, but if we do this more, I'll definitely buy the car. It sounds great. Looks great, and I think it honestly had pretty good racing. Respect to that guy in second place for not just flat out cleaning Demos out.
Yeah,
and,
man, we all thought he was gone.
Yep, and he came in the chat and was saying good race. You know, I'm pretty sure he's new, and you know I put a lot of respect to him. And he's actually in Mosh Pit right now. If you want to talk to him,
but we should go ahead and hear exactly what he has to say. Let's go ahead and chat with Kai Arley. Kai Arley, John Ramos, first time racing NR Night in America. Congratulations on your runner-up.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It was a great race.
It very much was. This car, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is your, you know, something you're used to watching it? Or is this something that you just kind of jumped on and thought, oh, this is cool, let me see how it drives?
Now, I was a bit of a regular in the previous supercars on here, but I got a bit bored of them. Having one car for 5 years was a bit stale, so I'd been out of them for probably 6 or so months, but Gen 3's brought me back, and I'm super happy to have them. The best car in the set by far.
Do you think the Gen 3 is a good fit in person as well?
Absolutely. I've been to multiple races.
Really? Where?
And seen them in person. Melbourne, Bathurst, Winton, a whole bunch of places, and they are not a disappointment at all.
All right. Well, heck, yeah. Excited to go ahead and hear that. Hopefully we have you for more races. You didn't shunt most, and we know sometimes we're used to pushing, shoving, and rubbing. Is that just not code over there in Australia?
Yeah, we tend to keep it a bit cleaner over here, I think.
Which is great.
We've got pretty tight rules. I've done a bit in real life, and it's very much not a contact sport here. You can rub, but that's it. I'm not in the game of pushing someone off the track. I saw that he went off, and I could have very easily just have moved him out the way, but not how it works over here.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Nice change of pace on that. Congratulations on your runner-up.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
And that was Kai Ardley. Really cool guy. Love hearing from him. Hopefully we can hear more and probably start building a reputation for bringing certain guys over from the supercar side. Pravin Richard, John Ramos, you watched that race. What did you think?
I thought the finish was amazing, if I'm honest. I didn't expect to finish like that because it's a new car, right? So when you're in a new car, you're just experimenting, and boy, it delivered.
Very much did go out there and deliver. Are you joining us here for New Hampshire?
Yes, I'm gonna be racing. I didn't have the cars for the Gen 3 supercars, but hey, I'm gonna be racing this one because I got the car and track. So
there you go.
Yeah, I'm delivering it.
What more could you go ahead and ask for? For the ones that are wondering as well, audio issues. We cannot play music. Wow. And there is a serious audio issue with iRacing since that new update. And you just heard it there. Haven't touched the cameras, haven't touched the audio, haven't touched anything. And yeah, very, very loud, at least on the camera replays. Which could take some time to go ahead and adjust. I know for me, I have to go ahead and probably open it up. Maybe dropping everyone else. Wow, that is really, really loud. What happened with this update?
Yeah. It's it. I have no idea. This is my first time opening after the update. I know Loudon they had a change for the layout, but it's different.
Man, but it is like, wow. Okay, so I believe they also updated the grandstands too. That looks pretty cool. We're looking at it right now. But I mean, this is not the quality we are used to. So, is there an iRacing update coming out tomorrow?
I think they're working on some things. They said there's a maintenance shutdown that's happening tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see some things because I don't want to leave anyone hanging. I want to go ahead and do all this stuff. But I don't know how I can stream with that being that loud. I couldn't even hear myself think. So the thing is, I can turn everyone else down. It's going to be that loud for everybody, including me. And that is really, really, really loud. Like, ear-deafening loud.
Aw, yeah.
So what I could do is race. I can try racing for the next 2 races, but I mean, that's the only thing I can think of to keep this show going, unless we come back tomorrow and we just have a brand new schedule for tomorrow. It's really going to be up to whatever the viewers and the drivers think, but that is mind-numbingly, like, I have my ears ringing right now when that thing came out through. Leif Opstead wants to say thank you so much for the VIP pass. Eric W, the 2 gifted memberships. But wow. We have to also get ready for an e-ticket as well. Do have to keep that all in mind. Man.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen in the e-ticket.
Yeah, now the focus is also going towards, will this be done by next week? Because if it's not done by next week, there's going to be some serious changes needed. But, I mean, if you guys want to hear it, this is what it sounds like in my ear. And I would lower the volume just for the time being. So that's actually not the problem. This is going to be where the issue comes to life. Yeah. I mean, I hope I didn't blow your speaker out.
Yeah. My phone was super loud when I heard it.
Okay, so you got to experience it as well. That is the issue we're running at. We are here. We're at New Hampshire. It looks great. I want to do New Hampshire. This is why we had it on the schedule. But if it's loud here, it's also going to be loud for me in the sim. And that is just, I mean, I'm kind of don't know what to say on those accounts. So it's gotten so loud that even people can't hear back at home, which is very, very unfortunate. Okay, you know what? We did SuperCars tonight. We did at least showcase that part of it. This is what's going to be the tentative schedule for everyone hanging out with us. Now we have to go ahead and find the new situation. There is obviously a clear bug with iRacing that hopefully we can get fixed tomorrow. If the bug is fixed for the broadcasting side tomorrow, we'll be starting out with NASCAR. New Hampshire will most likely be again race 2, or we do it as race 1 with the next gens. We'll keep this session up so anybody that wants to race, they can go ahead and race. We'll go ahead and do this. You can't turn the sim down. So the thing is, for the ones that don't know, when we do the audio inputs, iRacing's audio used to be very low for the simulator I'm broadcasting. So we have to update every camera manually, and that can take hours sometimes to get the angle, to get the audio. Every camera is peaking. So that's where the issue lies. You'd basically be watching me for an hour to make sure everything is then at least somewhat manageable, where we can't even play music in the background to keep people, entertained, bringing people in and out. That is the issue that currently lies, because then I'll have to go to every single camera. I'll have to adjust the audio. Hope that is a good audio source. Hope then 40 drivers, because we have a ton here for New Hampshire, which I'm very excited for, which means I can't do New Hampshire tomorrow if we have to as a delay. Do New Hampshire. Have some fun with it. But, I mean, just the realistic side, and then we have to go to Daytona, and then we would have to do the same for Daytona again, knowing that it could be fixed tomorrow. That's where the logistics comes in. So the smart idea, in my opinion, would be let this sit. Great stream, love the SuperCars. We got a great finish with it. Come back tomorrow, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, barring changes. So keep an eye on social media. I don't know about the community tab, mainly because I want to make sure notifications do go out for tomorrow's stream if we do stream. Keep an eye on X, Instagram, and the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description below. So keep an eye on all those platforms where if the iRacing update comes out and they did fix the camera audio, we're good to go. We're streaming tomorrow. We're going to get back on a regular schedule basis, and then streaming Saturday as well. Right now, Saturday is a guaranteed lock. It's going to happen. 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Keep in mind, we are looking at coming back for a Wednesday night NR night in America.
It's like a rain delay.
It's a rain delay. We've had rain delays before, and that's the thing. We know the risk of streaming on the update day, and we've done it before. Remember the SRX car? It released, and there was all these issues. We got to come back the next day. It's like one of the greatest streams ever. Huge count. Tomorrow is going to be just as fun. So we're ready for it. Keep an eye out. Wednesday night, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Tentative schedule right now. If that gets delayed, it would then be Saturday. But we will continue with the regular schedule events. I'm John Ramos, the voice of NR, saying so long tonight. Thank you for dropping a like on the stream. How many likes did we get to? Did we get the like goal?
It was
Did
near
not,
on.
but we're close. And since we got
it's
close, we may extend how many races we do tomorrow because of all that. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I plan on seeing you tomorrow at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Keep an eye on my Twitter, /X. That is the Jonathan Ramos, or just look up IDK Player. Keep an eye on Instagram and keep an eye on the Discord. That's where we'll be sending all of the updates. Look up Jonathan Ramos or IDK Player on all of those. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Link to the Discord, once again, in the description below. This has been NR Night in America.
That first race was pretty good.
Pravi, we're ending the stream. What are you doing?
Oh, shoot, my bad.